have to be honest with you, I like coming up here when I'm not wearing a suit, a lot better than I do wearing a suit for a lot of us, because normally I am going to a sporting event or for different reasons to come up here, but it's great to be up here today. Somebody sent me a clip last night, Eli, of you, and Dennis, I gotta ask you, can he dunk?
Touch the net.
He looked like he could, but I'm not buying it yet. But it looked like he could in that clip they sent me last night.
He's close.
He had some hang time. I will say that. So congratulations on that too, Coach, for MU and everything. Today we're talking about something that's really about the university and about the athletes. But I will tell you, it's probably more important than just that. For you athletes that are here today, I got to meet some young men a while ago from different parts of the state, and some of you others that are here. You have to work to be an athlete. Nobody just gives you and says, hey, you're going to be a top recruit in the nation, or your universities will come and recruit you to come here. It's because, one, I will tell you, you're willing to work, which means to become a ultimate athlete, nobody's going to give that to you. So by doing what we did in this legislation is not only just rewarding the universities and rewarding in different ways, but it really rewards you. Because you deserve it, you work hard at it. And the example you set, I think when I come to MU on campus, or the arenas, or the football games, or basketball, or softball I got to come to, wrestling that I got to come to, the one thing I want you to keep in mind sometimes when you go out there, and you're one of the privileged people that get to go out there in the arena, I will tell you, think about all them people sitting in there that is part of their life is to come to MU to enjoy a athletic event. People work every day, work real hard, put their paychecks together just so they can maybe buy a ticket, maybe buy season ticket holders. It's not always about the upper echelon, it's about everyday people that look forward to coming here and to be able to see you and to see what example you set. So I think when we pass a piece of legislation here, we're probably basically saying, yes, we want to help in whatever ways we can financially, but you got to earn that too. It's not like anybody's just going to give that to you. You got to be able to earn it. And I've had an opportunity to be around some of the coaches up here, and I want to say this. I told some of these young basketball players, I said I used to play on the Army team years ago when I was in Europe. I think they all were kind of raised their eyes and said, are you sure about that? But anyhow, I did in my younger day. And if we'd had this law back then, my big sponsor would be Ben Gay before I left to be able to do that. But I'm telling you, to be able to show your appreciation, I think this is a good thing. I think this is a cutting edge piece of legislation that the legislators did. All of them are involved, Curtis, Carla, everybody that worked on this. You got to pass these things. It's one thing to have an idea, but you've got to get across the finish line. I think that's why this is so important, that we're setting the stage for other athletes all across this country. And I don't like being in the middle of the pack. I don't like to see you guys in the middle of your schedule and you're in the middle of the pack. We come here because we want to win. I want to win, and I want you to win. But we want to do everything we can within the toolbox to be able to do that. So finally, I'll say this, and then we'll go over here to the official signing of this bill. But me and the First Lady have been so fortunate and blessed in our lives to be able to do a lot of things. To be in front of you today is one of those things you never dream about doing. But I'm going to tell you why I come here and why it's so important to be here with Moon and the job he does is because of them two young boys in the back of the room. They're just coming here probably because their mom and dad's made them. But that's the future. That's why I go to work every day, is to make sure they have an opportunity to sit in these seats just like you young men and you young women. Somebody else is going to sit in them seats you do. So we got to make sure we're prepared for that. I want them to come here to Missouri. I want them to come to MU. And I want them to stay, but I will tell you, I want to make sure that you have a life-changing event while you're here at this campus and that people are doing the right things. And I think when you look at the coaches, you look at Moon Choi, what they represent is nothing but first class. So it's pretty easy being the governor. When you got the flagship university in the state of Missouri, there's nothing but first class. And so I appreciate you all having me here today. It's going to be a whole fun time signing the bill, so let's get the show on the road. We ready to go, Moon?
We're ready to
Let's
go.
sign.